Good morning, this is Captain Brian with this morning's edition of Get Boativated, and want to get at you and get to talking about little things of what you can actually start charging for, or what can you charge more for in your life of what you've already done. If you own a little business, or you even got a big business for that matter, what can you charge a little extra for that you haven't been? Where is there room to raise your prices? Is there not room to raise your prices? You know, if you're looking to start out for a business and you think of all the different things you pay for to have done for you, is there something that you could do? Could you do one of those jobs? If you practice and worked at it and did that full time, it would make things a lot easier, you know, and then people are going to start paying you for it. But it's got to be something you want to do. Don't just do it to do it. Do something because you have passion for it. If you're really, really good at it, you know, maybe you can educate people on how to do it. You can get paid to educate people on how to set up different businesses and do different things. Like I've had 12 different businesses. 9 of them have been startup businesses. I've bought 3 of them. But I've learned a lot from that. I learned more doing that by myself than any education could ever be bought. You know, I couldn't do that myself. I couldn't pay for that education to get what I got from doing that by myself. And for a lot of your stuff in life, you have to do that same thing. You have to figure out how to do it good out there and experience it, take a little bit of a risk and make that happen and see if it is for you. If you truly just demise not wanting to do that ever again, don't do it. Look for something else and make something else happen. But think about now, if you've got a little business going now, how can you, when I had my moving company, the going rate for 2 men in a truck when I had my business was about $85 to $100 an hour, depending on the type of job it was, if you had stairs involved and different things like that. And I would just go in. I knew I could look around the house. I could see and estimate the job and get an idea. It takes me about 10 hours times 85. That's $850. You know, I might squeeze 1,000 out of them to have a little extra buffer in case it's a damage or something like that. You want to make sure there's always a little extra in there for your profit margin. And when you do that, I just thought, no, I could never go over that price. I could never do that. I could never get above and beyond what I'm charging because that's the going rate. Worried I'd lose the job. And when I basically got out of the moving business, the fellow who worked for me, he worked for me for about 8 years and as my right hand man. And he didn't take over my business, but he went out on his own to do the same thing, and he's still doing it. It's been almost 10 years now, and he's still moving furniture. I think he's got 2 or 3 trucks on the road and working around. But it's just awesome that he's able to do that. But what he learned from me, I paid him to teach him how to do moving. And now he's doing the same thing. He's got employees. He's got a couple trucks. Like I say, he's working hard at it. He's making the dream come true for himself. But now I still have my customers that call me every now and then. I had just good customers that like me. They use me for a lot of different stuff. And you go through different cycles in life as a customer, because some customers, once they move into a house, you're doing a lot for them. You know, they're still buying some furniture here and there to fill in the spots. And once they're all settled in their house and it's done, their need for you is really not there anymore unless they have a special event or they can refer you to another friend, which is your ultimate compliment, by the way. If you got a good person, refer them. But that's a side note. But anyway, think about but now actually those customers still call, like they want to move their daughter, or it's been 5 years, they're looking to move to a bigger house, they're upsizing or downsizing, and they still call me for a job. So I'll go out and I'll still estimate the job. And I'll look at it how I normally do it. I look at how many hours I think it would take, about how much packing's involved, and come up with my price that I would have, like I've done. But now I just tack on $500 to $700 extra, you know, for my time, for my experience, and for doing the bid. And like, I'll help out and do a little bit of the packing. I'll be there when the guys get started, and basically I come back to collect the money, and I pay the guys what their hourly rate is, and I make that extra $400 or $500. You know, and when I had my business, I couldn't see that through my own eyes. I couldn't see that I could make that extra money, or I felt guilt for whatever reason. I felt almost guilty for charging the extra money. But I realized if you're creating the value and it satisfies the people that are paying you for it, that's a win-win situation. They're happy with what you're doing. I have a little more experience. I had a little more knowledge of how to do a sales presentation, because I just, from my own experience of 10 years in the moving business, now I can come back and I can tell them, I could educate them on exactly how the whole process is going to go, where the slow spots were, where the big spots are going to be, where the pinch points are going to be in the process of packing the truck, where it slows down when the truck is almost 3/4 full, you know, and how everything's going to be handled and wrapped and doing all that. And that's worth that extra money. That's the money I got paid for being there, to be that knowledge to have that knowledgeability of showing them how that's going to work. And that kind of works for pretty much any business. If you got a printing business, or as an example, I mean, the going rate for a stack of greeting cards, wow, my words are all messed up, for a stack of business cards, it's right around $60, give or take, depending on what you put into the card. You know, but if you got a business where you got just so many business cards, so many orders coming in, people are liking you for your service, how expedited you are on getting it done, you're getting them shipped out and get it done on time. then you can, now we got room to start charging a little bit more because you're that busy. There's going to be a few customers of all those customers that you really don't want to work with, or they're that kind of that pain in the ass person, and those are the ones you want to charge a little bit extra for that pain in the ass fee, an aggravation fee, I call that. You get down there, charge a little bit extra for those people that are messing with that. But hey, I know it's a long one today. We've got almost over 5 minutes, but I hope you got something out of this. If you've got a little business that you want to start, you have a business you're running, you got a block where you're trying to get to the next step to either expand another vehicle or another team on the road for your business, or figure out how to come up with a pricing structure where I can help you lay out I got some spreadsheets where I can lay out a plan of how much you should be making and what you should be making in your business and what kind of returns you want to get out of your business so you can hit your dreams and your goals for the year. We've only got about 12 weeks left to the end of the year, so let's make that happen. And in about two to three of those weeks are going to be wiped out by the holidays. You don't get much productivity done. So if you want, let's get started now, and we'll make a plan for the new year and make life get going for you. I'm Captain Brian. Let's get motivated.